Alrighty, so we're going to be doing a combination of 9.4 and 9.5 together in our notes. I do believe there are two separate homework assignments, but we'll take all the notes down at once and then you can work on both assignments, guys. All right, so 9.4 covers composition of transformations. And what that's saying is basically we're doing multiple transformations, either rotations, translations, or reflections to the same group of points. And we're taking our new set of points from our first reflection or rotation and using those points again to find the next group and the next group. So we're taking information from our previous problem basically and using that information for our next problem. So first we're starting off with example 1. We've already covered all of the types of transformations we'll do. So you're not learning anything new. You're just compiling all your skills together for one problem. So this first example says ABC, and I believe this is a triangle, has vertices A at -3, -1, 1, 2, 3, -1, B at -2, 2, and C -1, -1. So there's my little triangle. So this is my starting place. So my next step is to look at my first transformation. My first transformation says I am rotating 180 degrees about the origin. So when you rotate 180 degrees about the origin, I don't know if you remember this from our previous lesson, you take your x and y, and basically that's taking the x and making it negative and making the y negative. So all I'm going to do is change the signs of all of my points here. So A becomes +3, +1. B prime becomes +2, -2. And C prime becomes 1, 1. So remember, anytime we translate or rotate or reflect, that point becomes a prime. So it's a play on the original point. We add an apostrophe for every time we change it. So I'm going to go through and plot this out. We have A prime at 3, 1, B prime at 2, -2, and C prime at 1, 1. Here we go. So that's our first transformation. Our second one is going to say we're going to translate this along the vector 1, -3. So that, again, just to remind everybody, means we're going to take x, not y, x and +1, and then y and subtract 3 for each value. Now I am not going and using the original ABC. I am not using that. I am going to be using the information from my primes from rotating 180 degrees and using those. So I'm going to look at A prime and see x +1. So 3 + 1 is 4. 1 - 3 is going to give me a -2. And I'm going to do this for each one of these. So for B prime, we have 2, -2. I add 1 to the x. That gives me 3. -5 for B double prime. For C double prime, I look at C prime. I add 1 + 1 is 2. 1 - 3 is -2. And I have my new triangle. So let's look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 for A prime. Or sorry, A double prime. And then we have 3, -5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for B double prime. And then C double prime is at 2, -2. Which also just happens to be our B prime. Here we go. And now I'm going to take these points from our double primes and use them for my next or my last transformation. So it says to reflect it across the y-axis. When we reflect across the y-axis, we take our x and y and it gets changed to -x and +y. So our x value gets changed signs. So for A triple prime, I'm going to make -4, -2. For B triple prime, -3, -5. That y does not change at all. And then C triple prime, -2, -2. So now we are going to rotate over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. A, 1, 2, 3. C, 1, 2, 3. And B triple prime. So we have rotated, translated, done all sorts of movements 3 different times, and now have 4 triangles. So let's look at example 2, similar idea. So this is going to start us off with line segment AB. That's supposed to be a line segment. I think when I copy and pasted this, it formatted it all sorts of crazy. These are line segments. Where A is -2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And B is 1, 0. So here's my line segment, AB. So next I am going to look at my translations. It says first it is reflected over the line y equals x. When we reflect over the line y, I want that in a different color, y equals x, that means our x's, y change places. So I'm going to swap the positions for my first image. So I'm going to take x and y and swap them for A, and x and y and swap them for B. There we go. And so A prime is occurring at 3, -2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 8 prime. And B prime is occurring at 0, 1. There we go. And then we will do this again. This time it says, let's highlight that so it kind of stands out. Reflected over the line for A prime. And then we are going to rotate 90 degrees to produce A and B double prime. So when we're rotating 90 degrees, your x and y are going to change to -y x. So we're taking that information from the A prime and B prime. I am not looking at the original points anymore. So from A prime to A double prime, I move my y up front and change the sign, and move the x to the back. Same for B prime to B double prime. I move my y up front and change the sign, and move my x to the back. So now looking at this, I'm going to graph it. I have 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for A triple prime or double prime. And then for B double prime, we are at -1, 0. There we go. So our line segment has moved several times all over the graph.